Hi, my name's David Miller. I'm an Internal Audit and Risk Advisor here at VMIA. We operate a co-sourced internal audit model, and we share the workload between myself and our outsourced suppliers of internal audit activity. All right, so internal audit is, by definition, an independent, objective assurance and consulting activity that's designed to add value and improve an organisation's operations. So in simple terms, internal audit provides the board with assurance that its risk management, governance and control activities are being adequately managed. So to do this, internal audit will do a review of the organisation's key risk areas to make sure that these functions are actually operating in an effective way. Key reasons for undertaking an internal audit. Well, look, boards are looking for assurance that the risk management processes are working as expected by the organisation, and management are looking for assurance that their controls that they've got in place are working well and that they're adequately designed. So an internal audit review is basically a great way to find out that the organisation is working as effectively as you'd like it to. So the question may arise, why get internal audit to do a review? Why not just do it yourself? Well, internal audit are an independent and objective function. So under the International Professional Practices Framework, there's certain methodology and rigour in an internal audit that need to be followed. No one likes reporting bad news to their boss, and management probably don't like doing that as much as anyone. So internal audit who come from outside the organisation or don't report to management, they're independent. They don't need to worry about reporting potentially bad news back to management. So internal audit has no role in the design or operation of controls in the environment that they are reviewing. This means that internal audit can undertake their reviews with full objectivity. Neither independence or objectivity can be fully achieved by performing an in-house management review. Look, there's probably a couple of key challenges that internal audit faces. Now, in the bad old days, not everyone understood internal audit. They were seen as the team that you avoided at all cost. They walked around with green pens, pointed the finger, everyone tried to avoid. But fortunately, things have changed significantly in recent times, and now internal audit are often recognised as the partners that you want to work with. They're the ones that can actually help you achieve your objectives, strengthen your controls, close any gaps in your risk management processes, and be a trusted partner to management. On the other side of the coin, those that understand internal audit and embrace it, well, look, there's a huge demand for internal audit, so much so that it can often extend beyond the budget that's been allocated for audit. There's a limited budget for audit, and that's where the effort really needs to be targeted to the areas of highest risk, where audit is most wanted and most needed, and that way you're going to get your best value for your internal audit activity. Okay, there's 4 key steps in doing an internal audit. Firstly, you've got to get your internal audit plan or your annual program of work right. And this is an area that internal audit will work closely with management, the board, the executive staff across all levels there to find out what's really on their mind, what are the key risks to the organisation, and where will audit's effort be most appreciated. The internal audit plan is basically a tool for prioritising internal audit's effort where it's most needed, wanted, and adds the most value. The first step in conducting an internal audit is to develop a scope document, and that's a detailed document that's put together with discussion with management and outlines exactly what audit are going to do and how they're going to look at that area and in what time frame. The second step is field work, and that's where internal audit will go into the function or area that's being reviewed. They'll look at the processes and controls through discussion, testing of controls, looking at historical document and forming an opinion over the adequacy of the design and operating effectiveness of the controls in place. The last step is reporting. The key objective of internal audit is to highlight opportunities to strengthen processes and controls. And the internal audit will call these areas out. Quite often there are items known as issues in the report, and that will highlight areas that need strengthening, where there's management action required to strengthen the controls or processes to make sure that the risks are managed adequately and within management's appetite. The Internal Audit Report is a balanced document, and areas that are working well, positive trends that have been observed are also highlighted in the report. The key message for internal audit, it's all about relationships. It's working closely with your business partners to keep communication lines open, maintain transparency in your activities, and work together as a partnership. And before you know it, you got the simple IA recipe for success.